Hey, what's up guys, it's EruptionFang, and today we've got even more news and info regarding Season 18 of Red vs. Blue, some new character design reveals, their names, a little bit of story, and just a bunch of other stuff. Now first, I've got to give a shout out to Maverick Mac on the Red vs. Blue Reddit for having compiled all of this information, because a lot of where this came from was on the effing around stream that Rooster Teeth does, and I wasn't capable of watching it when it was live, nor is there currently a VOD at the time of this recording. So that's why a lot of this information is coming from this Reddit post that essentially summed up all of the important parts. So first things first, let's talk some of the characters we're getting, because some of their names and designs have since been released in between these videos I've been doing. So probably the character most people are familiar with by now is Fiona's character, who we've been seeing in the clips and teasers. And Torian actually held a poll on Twitter as to whose character people wanted to see an official design for, so Fiona's character won, and her name is Agent 1. This is her design, which is pretty interesting because while this is the official design, you see that the colors are blue and yellow, but in the clips we were seeing, she was in a blue and pinkish purple suit. So perhaps in the action clip that we saw, she was undercover or something, trying to match the armor scheme of some other forces they're up against. I don't know, but interesting to point out. It is also said that Agent 1 is the leader of a new Spec Ops unit called Shatter Squad. I'll get into who I think make up the rest of Shatter Squad a little later, but right now I kind of want to go into who is apparently the main antagonist of this season, and actually answers one of the biggest speculations this season has had surrounding it, and that's Zero. So Zero is apparently a character in the season, the antagonist, and the season is named after him. So Zero doesn't reference being a prequel or anything like that, it is purely named after this character. So clearly there is some sort of connection between him and Agent 1, it'd be a hell of a coincidence if there wasn't. I would guess that they were both part of some sort of special ops unit akin to Project Freelancer, but with numbers instead of states. So if I were to guess, Zero might have been a good guy gone bad. There was also another image of Zero shown in a 3-man squad. Details regarding this group are very limited. We do know that the purple one is apparently named Viper, but the blue one remains unnamed currently. So I would assume those are the villains, but back on track, going on to more of the protagonists. This is where Agent East comes into play, I think. She's described as Agent 1's rival. As apparently quoted by Noel, she's Sasuke to Naruto. And what I think he means by that, I could be wrong, it's been a little while since I've watched Naruto, but I think it'll mean East kind of hates 1, but 1 doesn't hate East. Like, at bare bones, without any of the intricacies or in-depth analysis of Naruto and Sasuke's relationship, that's how I would describe it, so I can only assume that's kind of what they meant without actually seeing the product. They also said that East apparently has a cool power, whatever that means. I would hope that it's not a literal superpower, perhaps some AI enhancement no one else has or something along those lines. But apparently she has some super neat trick up her sleeve. So food for thought as to East and 1. And the last character we currently know the name of but haven't seen yet is named Agent Raymond. He's the one who's voiced by Noel and is the super cool tech guy. But that's all we know in regards to Agent Raymond. So as it stands right now, both teams respectively led by Agent 1 and Agent 0 have 3-man squads. That's not to say that there will only be 3 people total on each team, but I just thought it was a neat little coincidence that it looks to be like a 3v3 regarding a story. And finally, there are a few little end notes on this Reddit post, like saying how everything is still happening in the same universe. It's just new characters, just a new look, everything that happened in the past is still canon. I mean, they could have retconned the cosmic powers, but hey, you know, whatever. And while all the clips and footage and screenshots we've seen so far have been in the Unreal Engine, they did confirm that there will still be machinima. It just so happens that everything we've seen has been CG. There's also a quote here that says, "Don't worry," in regards to old characters, and apparently they tease that some of them may be making a cameo in the season, or maybe they do actually play a role. But it was directly teased, so I think it's safe to say, look out for some old characters. If I had to wager, it'd probably be Wash and Carolina. But that seems to be it for what was in the live stream, or at least the information that was gathered on this Reddit post. I would say the biggest thing that we learned about this season is that it isn't a prequel, but rather just named after the antagonist. I do think Torian very much respects the franchise and is trying his best, along with everyone else working on the season, to create a genuinely fun and good season. But I mean, at the end of the day, passion and hard work don't necessarily create a good season. In an ideal world, it would. But it can only be judged once it's released. However, from what they've revealed, how they've been talking about it, I am interested, not that I wasn't before, but the information hasn't dissuaded me. There's still no date on when it'll get released. I don't think any of these people even know when the date is. It feels like they're just feeding us info like we're hungry sharks just to quell our hunger long enough until they have something actually official to say. But hey, that's the new info, new character designs, names, story. Let me know your thoughts on all this new information. Are you excited? Are you worried without the reds and the blues? Do you think this departure is a wise choice? Any and all thoughts, be sure to let me know in the comments below, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.